Welcome back to Skincare with Deborah Diane. I say welcome back, but if this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. I hope you like it. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and share on social media. Okay, we are going to answer the question, what is rosacea? So what is rosacea? It was kind of funny because, total side note, yes, I'm going to take a squirrel. When I was doing this recording, I started looking at all of my beautiful grays, and I realized that I guess it's time for an appointment with a hairdresser. But at the same time, I think I've earned these for doing homeschooling for the end of last year while we were in quarantine. So I might just keep them to throw them in the face of my kids, being like, do you see what you're doing to me? Do you see it? Anyway, what is rosacea? So rosacea is a chronic condition of the skin. So this is a little bit different than like dermatitis, for example, because rosacea is something that could be hereditary. It could be part of your DNA. It could be part of your Fitzpatrick. So if you have very sensitive skin, sensitive skin meaning if you try a new product, for example, and you put it on your face and you automatically get red on the face, that is you being sensitive. If you are sensitive to heat and all of a sudden you start flushing, you get little pinks, blushing, if you blush a lot, a feeling that comes over you and you're like, oh my goodness, and you get red in the cheeks. That is a sign that you have a higher sensitivity in your skin. It also means that your skin could be a little bit thinner. So besides for being hereditary, it could be a form of fungus. It could be a form of bacteria that's on your skin, or it could be mites. Now, of course, nobody wants to think that they have bugs crawling all over their skin, okay? That gives you the heebie-jeebies. But the reality is those are all the things that cause rosacea. So the other thing it could be as well that you have to watch for, and this is where going to a esthetician and having them do a skin analysis is really important. So there could also be vascular lesions to your capillaries. So when you are looking, especially if your skin is highlighted, if you have one of those highlighting mirrors, and you're able to see in your nose and in your cheeks, and when you look, and if you see tiny veins that are at the surface of your skin, those are actually lesions in the skin and right underneath the skin. You have to be very, very careful because those can actually get bigger and those can actually get worse. The only way to really heal that damage is going to a medical esthetician and possibly doing laser or having surgery when you get to that point. So you want to be really careful when you have rosacea that it doesn't lead to something that is a little bit more on the surgical application side. Okay, so let's talk about rosacea. Rosacea is right in your nose and it could be coming up into the cheeks. It could also be right in the forehead. And this is a redness. It's almost like an inflamed. It could be burning. You could also have papules and pustules. So papules would be like tiny, tiny little bumps within the redness. A pustule is actually coming to an infection or an inflamed. A lot of people will say it's a zit, a white zit. the dangerous thing with that is you don't really want to squeeze it or pop it if you have rosacea, because this can cause damage to the skin, meaning that your skin is so thin already. So there are also some things, and you might not want to hear this, la 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 la, but it's truth, so I've got to say it. I know there are some foods that you may love that will affect rosacea. So a lot of alcohol can cause rosacea. Spicy foods can cause rosacea. My mom is so cute. So my mom has rosacea, and she is so freaking adorable because every time that she drinks wine, her face looks like it's glowing. Like you could probably put her outside and see her like a block down the way. She gets so red in her skin, and it's due to her having rosacea. And there is just something in wine that heightens that for her. So one of the things that you want to look at when you have rosacea is what foods are you ingesting that you take that seem to heighten that. Okay. And it is uncomfortable. It's not the funnest thing to deal with, and it could lead to further skin irritations and damage later on. So if that is something that is concerning for you, looking at your diet and making proper changes will definitely benefit you in the long run. There is also a video that I did about under eye dark circles. So that talked about how there's different vitamins that you can take in your food that will actually calm down the capillaries and get the blood flowing and calm down with redness and puffiness. Well, that can also work for rosacea. So taking a look at your diet is also very important. Going on a more of a natural route, I also recommend using rosemary essential oil. Now, if you have a lotion already that seems to soothe and hydrate your skin, then maybe adding a couple of drops of rosemary to that lotion and then putting it on in the evening really helps. The other thing that's really interesting is you want to avoid aloe and gel masks. Now, a lot of times that you would think that it would soothe and hydrate, but it actually causes more of an irritation, burning, stinging effect. So you want to be really careful what you put on your skin. You also really want to avoid harsh chemicals. So I would never want to do a chemical peel on your skin. You want to avoid waxing, because when you pull the wax, especially not so much your eyebrows, but I'm talking more about your cheeks, you're pulling on the follicles of the skin, right? So you're getting rid of that hair, and that causes everything to come to the surface. But if you already have damaged capillaries in your skin, it could move to more lesions, and that's where you're going to find the veins and everything. And those are more permanent, as I said. So you really want to avoid stuff like that. Any kind of suctioning. So if you are going in for a microdermabrasion, if you're doing any kind of sucking on your skin, again, that's going to cause everything to come to the surface, and it could cause your skin more damage than the effects that you're going for originally. A couple of other things that will exacerbate rosacea is extreme heat. So you want to stay out of the sun. If you have to be in the sun, even driving, make sure that you're using the proper sunscreen. So hop over and visit that video that I did. And also you want to make sure that you stay stress-free. So I talk about the effects of stress in a video on aroma touch therapy. So there are definitely some major health concerns, especially skin disease, premature aging, and increased inflammation when it comes to stress. keeping the blood flowing and watching that inflammation. So you want to make sure that you keep cool, soothing, calming products on your skin. Make sure that if you do have a reaction, that you can cool the inflammation down, maybe even with some ice packs, right? Keep some washcloths and just have a nice washcloth with nice cool water to take down that aggravated skin and the redness. The whole concept of rosacea is because it is a chronic condition. You want to make sure that you're really up on your preventative care. Double check with your esthetician the ingredients that you're using on your skin and make sure that you're staying healthy, stress-free, and you're listening to your body. You are beautiful no matter what. And people spend a lot of money on blush to get pink cheeks. I'm just saying. So you don't want to be ashamed of who you are ever. One of the things that you do want to do is just take care of your skin so that way it doesn't turn into more of a serious condition than it needs to be. You take care of you and have a beautiful day.